And hello and welcome to episode 63 of the GrowCast show. And today with me, I'm going to be breaking it down into two parts. And on the first part, I will have Dr. Bernard, who I will introduce to you really shortly. And on the second part, I will have Mr. Steney as well. And they are both from the same team. Dr. Bernard Yeo, he holds an honorary doctorate in philosophy for human capital development and human profiling, and an honorary doctorate in science. He is also the founder of UCMHP Academy and Tongshu Numbers Academy, an international keynote speaker and an ACTA certified trainer as well. And it's an honor for me to have Dr. Bernard Yeo with us today. Dr. Bernard, how are you feeling today?
Great. I'm so happy to be here. Maybe we see how this is going to work out for me.
Of course, I'm quite excited because we've got some amazing questions for you. But I always like to start by asking everybody this one question, which is, what does being better than normal mean to you?
You need to know your true identity. See, what happened is that many people, they don't know their true identity. And because of that, they go in circle in life. So being better means to say that when you know your true identity, you know what is you should have and do what you should be doing. And with that itself, life will be better. Right? Because out there in the marketplace, a lot of people, because they don't know their true identity, they just go to business or investment that they think it is good. And they like to follow other people's footsteps. And that's where everything goes wrong. But if they know their true identity, then of course, life will be much better, yeah?
Makes perfect sense as well. And for you, Dr. Bernard, what makes you better than normal?
What makes me better than normal is because I'm a researcher of true identity. And when I know my true self, I find that I know that what I should go into. And I go for what I should have and not what other people have. And because of that, within 3 years, I'm able to make $3 million just to base on who am I. So that makes me a better person by just knowing exactly who I am.
Very nice. And for yourself, what about a little, if you don't mind sharing with us about your origin story, what inspired you to become a numerologist?
Interesting questions. Numerologist. Many years ago, I chanced upon an article by a lady professor. She said that there is such a thing called universal character of a person. And when I was doing my research, I chanced upon something called Pythagoras theorem, where they say that a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. And I found many other methodologies in the marketplace, and they are all talking about behavioral science and personality science. And I chanced upon, like I say, Pythagoras theorem. So I'm able to integrate many profiling system into one character profiling system. Most important thing is that I use Pythagoras theorem, which is the number one solutions in the world, right? There are actually 17 equations that actually shape the world, and the number one being Pythagoras theorem. Now, I went into this because numbers don't tell lie. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, and 2 cannot be 1, 1 cannot be 2. Most important thing is that 1 plus 2 will be 3. It cannot be 4, right? And because of that, and because numbers don't tell lie, I see the precisions, and you are able to predict actually what it means. And because numerology is universal, and because the equations is there to help you to solve your problem, and I see that people who understand numerology, it is very much easy to learn because it only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And no other numbers. Yeah.
Very, very, very beautifully said. I mean, it makes very logical sense as well. And for yourself, can you explain the basic principles of your unique numerology system called Universal Characteristic Method of Human Profiling, or UCMHP?
So, yes. So what is so unique about this is because there is no character profiling system in the world. What you see in the marketplace is actually personality or behavioral science profiling. So during my research, I chanced upon this lady professor. She said there's such a thing called character profiling system. And when I went to it, I found it. And I named it characteristic method of human profiling because everybody is now talking about AI, ChatGPT, and others, IT. And what is missing, I felt, is human chemistry, right? Or rather, we call this human touch. Everybody is talking about AI and others, but something which is missing is called human touch. So I went in depth into this research. Now, this is actually a Singapore's research, And I am proud that we are going to put Singapore in the limelight. The most important thing, what is so unique about this, is that we are able to integrate 7 scientifically proven methodologies into one character profiling system. And again, this is based on mathematical science calculations. Most important thing is that we are using now, we digitalize this, and we actually using big data to come up with all this.
And for yourself, Dr. Bernard, what made you want to learn more and teach Tongshu numbers?
What made me want to learn more, right? Because of my responsibilities. Many years ago, when I actually resigned from the police force, I actually wanted to go into business. And finally, I did. What happened was, I was making money, but when I see other people making more money than me, I get very tempted to do in their businesses. And I went to the businesses. I found that how come these people continue to do the business? And they are making money. But I went into the business, I lost money. And I almost became a bankrupt because of that. And I pondered to myself, what actually make people tick and why people are in trouble, yeah? So I want to learn this to be responsible to myself and to help others to know more about themselves. More so because I have 2 daughters and I don't want them to be like me, right? Going in circle in life and almost become bankrupt. And I found the formula. And the formula is something called know the foundation of you. So your true identity is most important. And I found that if you have clarity of your heart and your mind of who you are, then success is assured. Then you don't need to go in circle in life. Yeah.
Makes sense. I think it's very much to do with self-awareness, right? When you have that self-awareness.
It's about your true identity.
True identity. Very nice. And for yourself, Dr. Bernard, how would you say that how does Tongshu differ from astrology and feng shui?
I always see feng shui or metaphysics or astrology as something to do with time and space. And we are very much into telling a person and teaching somebody their personal success, right? So there is a formula for success and it has nothing to do with time, space and others. Most important thing is that we are talking about a person's inborn character traits. So character encompasses your strength and behaviors, strength and weaknesses. So with that itself, we are able to help people to know themselves better. And I would say that differs us from metaphysics or feng shui or something like that, yeah?
And maybe, Dr. Bernard, you can share a little bit more. What is inborn character numbers and why is it important?
Character numbers actually talk about your profile. So there are 9 universal character archetypes. So 1 means what, 2 means what. So you need to know exactly your character numbers because it actually defines us. It will tell us exactly what kind of business we can go into, what kind of investment you can go into. I don't know whether you agree with me or not, Vicky, that actually a lot of graduates found that their degrees are not relevant to who they want to become. Do you agree?
Agree.
Why? Because there is no character profiling system. So that you see that many graduates, when they graduate with a degree which is not relevant to who they want to be. And this degree is actually to also help them to find jobs and others. But you see that most of them are not happy what they are doing. So this is one of the reasons why I go into it, to help people to understand the character traits. Because your character is related to your career, especially your innate abilities.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you about, your person's innate ability, very true as well. So how can individuals use Tongshu numbers to improve their daily lives?
Yes, because Tongshu numbers actually reveal exactly who you are, what is good for you and what is not good to you, especially your preferences, right? If you want to do anything and you use your preferences to do what you love to do and what you should have, then you find that you can focus and get what you want earlier, basing on your innate abilities. And I'm glad to share with you that many people who actually learn from us, they are able to find their preferences, not hobbies, their preferences, who they are actually, what is most suitable for them. That's why I see the need that I want to share with more people, yeah.
Very nice. And by learning Tongshu numbers, can I get luckier?
Interesting, yeah. When you know your true identity and when you do what you love what you do, And when you go for what you should have and not what other people have, life is always very lucky. Life is not lucky only when you don't know yourself and everything you go into it and you are going to the wrong business or investment or career. That's why the stress level comes in. So when you know your true identity and do what you should be, life is always very lucky. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense as well. And also, maybe if I could ask you a few more questions about that, which is, by learning Tongshu numbers, can I get richer faster?
Yes. Like I said earlier, if you focus on what you should have, not what other people have. See, the funny thing is that many people want to focus on what other people have. But when they have what other people have, they found that is not what they want. But when you know your true self and true identity, you focus on what you should have. And you will have abundance. You will have what you actually enjoy. And with a passion that comes with your character traits, you find that success is more sweet. And you don't need to go in circle in life. Yeah.
Makes sense. And by learning Tongshu numbers, can I get healthier?
Oh, yes. We have a section that we teach you how to pinpoint your potential illnesses using science. And if you know how to pinpoint the potential illnesses, you will know how to learn how to prevent, right, and combat illnesses. And because we use big data to identify what are the potential illnesses that you can have, we have helped many people to know themselves better and they can prevent potential illnesses. Not only that, they can actually live a longer life. Yeah.
Very nice. And by learning Tongshu numbers, can I get smarter?
Of course. If you actually focus what you should do, we call this decluttering. Decluttering means to say that take away all your many dreams that you have. Focus on just that the thing that you should be doing, and you will get smarter in the sense that you will know the inside out of what you want to do, and you don't need to rely on other people using your own innate abilities and your inborn character traits, right? To focus on what you want to do. You are not disturbed by what is happening outside there. Just focus on what you should have. And many people who do that, they find that they are smarter, right? Smarter in the sense that they only focus on what is best for them, right?
True, because sometimes it's not about what to do, but what not to do, right?
Not to do,
By
yes,
what
that's
not
right.
to do. And by learning Tongshu numbers, can I find the love of my life?
Oh, yes. There is one module that we share is about compatibilities, right? I think you have seen many times in the marketplace. Many years ago, the Chinese has this 八字 or something like that, right? A feng shui master that actually put your profile together with the other half and they see whether you're compatible or not. Today, nobody is using that, yeah? Now, if you look at a divorce rate in Singapore or many other countries, it is very high. Which country has the lowest divorce rate? Surprisingly, it's India, right? Because India is still using compatibilities. So if the guru said that, hey, you are compatible, then you get married. They are still practicing this, yeah? So we actually found the formula for people to get their most ideal spouse. And we also help them to manage their differences. Because a lot of couples didn't know that between them, the gentleman's weaknesses might be the girlfriend's or their spouse strengths. Likewise, the ladies' weaknesses can be their boyfriend's or their spouse's weaknesses. So we are able to align this and we are able to regulate relationship. And we have helped many people actually to find the right spouse, right? And that is actually quite easy if you know it, because numbers don't tell lie. So you'll know that what are the differences between them. So we can help them to live a better life together, right?
And by learning Tongshu numbers, can I find the right job for myself?
Oh, yes. It starts off with actually your academic pathways. So if you know your Tongshu numbers, you'll know what is good for you in your academic pathways. With the right and relevant academic pathways, then you can get the relevant job, the job that actually that you are passionate about. And with the passion itself, you are likely to do well, and then you can actually accelerate yourself in the right ladder of success. And yes, of course, you can actually use Tongsu numbers to find the most ideal career pathways. Yeah.
So, by learning Tongshu numbers, can I run a successful business or investment?
Yes, because we actually share with you what are your preferences, what is the best for you. You see, many people went into wrong business or investment. That's why they got stuck. You actually can invest or do business the first time right with the right people. By just knowing who you are and what you should do, you can attract the right people to you because of your passion. And you find that you can actually use this knowledge to do a very viable business. The business that actually vibrates with you and give you more rewards rather than going to something that you don't know. Yeah.
And by learning Tongshu numbers, can I find a good business partner?
Oh yes, because our methodology teaches you how to get the right people for the right job, for the right HOD, and also for the winning team. Most important thing is
business partners.
Most important thing is that we have a module that talk about the most ideal compatible partners, meaning to say that we help you to regulate your relationship. You say getting partner is not a difficult job, but managing relationship is. So we combine these two together and we find that going the right business with the right business partners, the most important thing is to regulate your strengths and weaknesses. And we have the formula that help many people to actually achieve this. We have helped people to actually get the right partners so that when they are together, they actually see that they can leverage on each other's strengths and weaknesses. Yeah.
Nice. And by learning Tongshu numbers, can I find out when and how I will die?
Many people ask me this question. Yeah. During my research, I chanced upon something called lifespan. And lifespan is something that with the formula we have in hand, Tongsu numbers, we are able to identify or know a person when they are likely to leave this world. More important thing is that we are able to identify what are the potential illnesses they have and what is the reason why they pass on. Yeah, and that's something that we do best. Now, by just knowing actually your health, yeah, you can actually prolong your life by actually 18 to 27 years more. So we have this formula that many people want to know about lifespan, and we are most happy to do so, yeah.
Nice. And do I have to subscribe to any religious beliefs when I learn Tongshu numbers?
Actually, our methodology is based on mathematical science calculations. We are using Pythagoras theorem, and we are also using big data, right? And there is no question to ask. There is actually no questionnaires to answer, and there's no test to take. So there is actually no element of self-bias or guesswork, right? Again, like I said, numbers don't tell lie. So we are able to
religious beliefs.
So we are actually using mathematical science calculations, statistics, and evidence-based to share a person's... Okay, you do not have to subscribe to religion beliefs because in our methodology, we are using actually mathematical science calculations. We have all the proofs to show you that actually our strength and weaknesses equals to who we are. And like I said, we are using statistics and evidence-based to show you. And that's how you mentioned earlier, how I got my honorary doctorate basing on this, right? Yeah.
Makes sense. And are there any specific numbers associated with health issues or well-being?
Oh, yes. We are able to detect things like, example, potential cancer numbers. We are also able to detect a person's potential illnesses in which organs. For example, we have 5 organs in our body. Yeah? And we have 2 parts to it. One is to identify what are the potential problems, health problems in one of the organs or more than that. We are also able to identify part 2, where a person is likely to have example, potential heart attack, potential cervical problem for a woman, whether they have heart bypass, for example, a prostate problem. We are able to identify all this using, again, statistics. And like I said, we have big data to share.
Makes sense. And how can Tongshu numbers guide someone in choosing a career path?
Yeah, because there was a research done in America. The American government spent a lot of money to go into research. They put together 500 professional people to find out why human beings have diseases. Now, in the process, they found that, hey, how come our illnesses has to do with our career? They are interrelated. And they put in more money to put more research. And they found the third thing is that your career is related to your illnesses. It's also related to who you are, your character, right? So this evolves. So now there are many profiling methodologies out there using this research. And yes, it helps you to know who you are, what is best for you, so that you don't need to go in circle in life. You see, the problem here is that many people are not happy to do what they are doing. They are doing it because they need money. And because they need money and they are in the wrong job, they get very frustrated, not knowing that there is actually another career or business or investment that actually better appreciates them and give them more rewards. But they just don't know. So they will continue. So that's why research has shown that more and more people are having more stress. And stress is actually not managed, can become anxiety. It can even become suicidal thoughts, right? So I remember reading an article recently. This young man was telling his friend, hey, I'm very stressed. I don't like my job, Then the friend said something to him. Said, you are not the only one. We are all in the same boat. There's something interesting.
Very true. I mean, it's not just a Singapore thing. I think it's a global thing as well.
Problem.
And Dr. Bernard, how can I use Tongshu numbers to nurture my children?
Very good question, yeah. How to become better parents? So, parents today, they tend to make three very big mistakes. The first mistake they make is they teach their children how to study based on who they are, not who the child is. The second mistake they make is that they ask the child to become who they are when they come out to work, right? Based on who they are again, not the child. And the third mistake they make is that they actually ask the child to go into a career or academic pathways basing on somebody else's success. And I always call this adopted self, not true self. So when you follow somebody, then you are not that person, then how can you be successful? At the same time, parents, number one thing they need to know is the child's character. When you know your child's character, the next thing is that you can know the characteristic of the character of the child when it comes to especially learning and study technique. The third thing is that what are the preferences that the study or learning technique? You need to know what is, right? And the fourth thing is how to help them, how to help the child. And the last thing that every parent needs to know is the child's universal communication language. Because language actually equates to your learning and study technique. For example, if you're a kinesthetic person, right? A kinesthetic child cannot focus for more than 1 hour. So the parents keep on asking them to study. Then what has happened? I found that auditory and visual people are very good in their studies, right? So kinesthetic people are a bit slower. So parents need to identify this, so that they can teach a child better. For example, if your child is kinesthetic and the teacher is actually a auditory person, so auditory people are very fast and aggressive. If the child is kinesthetic, they are very slow in learning. Then you can see the friction there, right? So it is so important for you to know your child's communication language. Yeah,
very true. I totally agree. And Dr. Bernard, we are nearing the end, but I've got two very important questions to ask you, which is how do you manage to predict 8 out of 10 world events for the year correctly back in 2023 and 2024?
Again, there's something called 9 years, one cycle. Every 9 years, one cycle. And history repeats in the same form or different form. Yeah. So when I was doing my research, I chanced upon 9 year cycle, and I went into the year and see exactly what happened, the past. And I found that, hey, interesting. For example, every 9 years there is a flu, right? Starting from 1919 up to now, 99 years already, we have this something called COVID-19. So flu is predictable every 9 years. That's why Singapore government is putting aside $100 million to tackle and collect data on the next flu. Yeah. So I found that, and when I share this with many people, including when I go to university to share, they are surprised that there's such a thing called 9 year cycle. So whatever that is predictable is preventable. So if you know that there's a flu coming up, then you can prevent, right? And I also make research on natural disaster, and I found that natural disaster is also predictable every 9 years. I have all these data. And not only that, financial crisis is also predictable. So when I show this to a lot of investors and others, businessmen or economists, they get very surprised. Say, hey, how am I able to detect all this. And these are all on the internet you can find, but nobody has actually put this together. So I have predicted many things that can happen and others. And every year my database grows because more and more people want to know what is good next year, right? And I able to help many people to make money out of even adversities. In every adversities, there is actually opportunity. So like COVID-19, I asked my friend to focus into healthcare products, right? Because there is a potential flu coming, and they went into it and they make a lot of money. So this is something I can share, yeah? Even the weather and others, yeah.
Very nice. And this year, you'll be diving into another 10 big predictions for 2025. Can you give us a little teaser about what's coming and how understanding these trends can help people prepare better for next year?
Okay, this question is interesting because we are doing the 9 convention this year on the 15th of December. Yes, so this year is this coming year rather is 2025. And if you were to see when was the last financial crisis, it was on actually in the year 2016. And before that, before this 2016 financial crisis, you have something in 2007, yeah. So you see, next year will be the financial crisis here. So world economists have been talking about financial crisis and others, but nobody say when and exactly which year. So my prediction is that next year is a financial crisis. So every 9 years, you will hear this very similar thing happens, right? People will say that, hey, all the big boys their assets became half, right? So again, the same thing, the big boys are going to suffer. And I see it next year, meaning to say that before next year, 3 months before next year, the financial crisis, the trigger points are there. So if you really can see it, right, the war example, right? And interestingly, the war that happens also happens every 9 years, and it coincides with the financial crisis, right? So many of our trainees, they actually leverage on what I share with them, and they are able to make a lot of money, right? And they seize the opportunities of the knowledge to actually understand what to invest in, what to not to invest in. If you come for our convention, the 10 prediction will even give you an idea what you can invest in, what you cannot invest in, how to predict and prevent. So if you know how to predict and prevent, then you actually can protect yourself from dangerous pitfalls. So this is what I've been doing every year, yeah. Thanks for asking that.
Very nice. I mean, we've covered quite a lot, and it was really interesting looking into all the answers as well. And I'm really looking forward to the convention as well on the 15th of December, and we'll definitely be leaving some notes on where to get details of the convention. Is there anything else, Dr. Bernard, that I should have asked you that I didn't ask, because I still have part 2, which is with Steney coming up as well? Is there anything else that you would like to leave us with?
I think so much. Thank you for asking all the questions. I think basically you have covered many things that I can share. But the most important thing is that you need to know your true identity, right? The problem in this world is that people don't know who they are. And every day you hear people saying that, I'm just going to change job. What is best for me? What is best for you? So we actually help many people to actually understand their true identity and go into a business, career, or investment or startup basing on who they are, what they can do best, and what they should have. And many of them have abundance because of that. So I told these trainees to focus just on services. So he told his partners, and they focus on services. And the first year they make $8.5 million, just like that. So last year they make another 30%, right? So you see, when you focus on what you should do, you can do best and should have, then you can have abundance, yeah.
Makes sense. And thank you so much, Dr. Bernard, for being here today. And that was part 1 of episode 63. I've got part 2 coming up as well. And listen up, stay tuned for part 2 as well. See you soon. Hello and welcome back to part 2 of episode 63. I have with me in part 2 Steney, and Mr. Steney is a professional master analyst and master trainer specializing in the premier character profiling system at UCMHP Academy. He has over 15 years of experience in EHS consultation, audit and training. He also holds an advanced certificate in ACTA and a bachelor's degree in environmental and occupational health and safety. And Steney, I want to get straight to what we were missing from the first part, which is what Tong Su numbers should individuals look out for when assessing compatibility with others?
All right. Okay. In fact, for analyzing a particular field, there are multiple ways. So likewise for compatibility. But commonly, one of the combination that many people actually can associate with is actually a combination of 2-7 or 7-2, which actually represent charismatic, and it implies that they attract each other, which means that they are compatible. Yeah, that's the number.
Makes sense. And for in terms of overall, right, how do yearly or monthly or daily outcomes differ from broader life cycle predictions?
Okay. A broader life cycle prediction is commonly said to be for example, our system is 9-year cycle that Dr. Bernard had mentioned. As for other metaphysics, sometimes they are 10-year cycle or 12-year cycle. Then for annual, monthly, and daily outlook, they can actually provide a zoom-in forecast and prediction so that a person actually can have a better so-called manageable time for a long-term, mid-term, and a short-term forecast and planning based on their needs.
How can someone calculate their own inborn character numbers at home?
Okay, this is a very, very common question that we actually always heard from being asked by participants, because they are wondering about is that very complicated formulas, or because sometimes certain metaphysics you need to do a lot of conversion. So because of that, we don't worry. We already come up with an app so that easy for everyone. Just join us, register a free account, and then they can generate a report, a free report. This free report also have shown their so-called inborn character number with some brief interpretation given.
Very nice. And also, this is the 9th edition of the convention. How did the first 8 conventions go, and how was the attendees' results?
Wow. We're always very proud to say that our convention always attract a lot of people from all walks of life, because everyone would love to actually find out in upper hand so that they will know what is upcoming, whether it's opportunities or whether would there be any supply challenges or not. So with a pre-snip on this, they can take the right action, prevent any surprises in their life moving ahead of a year. Yeah.
Also, Steney, can you briefly introduce the UCMHP Academy convention and explain its significance in the metaphysics community?
Okay, for UCMHP convention is always a big event that we always look forward to with a proper planning, and we also are eager to share with people what is the upcoming so-called year with simple and easy way to understand, which is a simple 1 to 9. So during the convention, we usually talk about everyone, their matrices, so that everyone will not be missed out. And for others, metaphysics so-called community, we always welcome, because we have many trainees. They themselves are practitioners of other so-called metaphysics. So to them, is a feedback to us that if they implement this into their own practices, they can see things in a broader perspective. So we really welcome everyone to actually join us. Yeah.
What are some of the key highlights or major topics that attendees can look forward to during the 2024 9th edition happening on the 15th of December?
Oh, okay. I'm one of them that actually helped Dr. Bernard to actually develop this the content. So I'm actually very, very anxious, very eager, because we are going to share with you the secrets of world's outlook for next year, which is 2025. As well as we also introducing a totally new Tongsu numbers that is also going to be make it easy for everyone to understand. At the same time, also the prediction, the 10 prediction, as well as some new discovery and also case studies. So these are some of the key areas that you can look forward to.
Nice. And how can attendees take insights that they learn at the convention and immediately use them in their careers, business, or even daily lives?
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, they can immediately so-called implement whatever they learn during the convention, because this convention allowed them to have insights of what is upcoming in the year with clarity, both for opportunities that they can leverage on so that they can have achieve the desired goal for the coming year. At the same time, it also showed them the foreseeable challenges that is waiting for them. If they able to actually take the right predictive action, they can actually prevent for all the unnecessary impact. So this is possible, yes.
What's the number one most valuable thing attendees will learn at the upcoming 9th edition 2024 convention that they won't find anywhere else?
Okay. In fact, to me, is all the topic is they can't find anywhere else. But if you ask me one, I would really say that it's the prediction that Dr. Bernard is going to share, the 10 prediction for 2025, because that is going to be ensure that you won't get any surprises. At the same time, you're able to actually unlock the secrets of how to actually navigate throughout the next year. And that is going to be to their own advantage. So that is the one that I believe that to me is the key.
And with everything happening in the world right now, all the problems, why is this convention a must-attend event for people looking to stay ahead of the curve instead of just coming for next year?
Oh, okay. You have asked a very important and very good question. In fact, whatever you've shared just now are exactly the reason that everyone must attend, because there are so much uncertainties. So if without any prediction, accurately tell you how to do, you will really be caught in the so-called the cycle. But with this with this 9 convention, everything will be revealed to you so that you can well prepare. And always remember, Dr. Bernard always have said that whatever that is predictable is preventable and manageable. So that is my advice to everyone. Don't wait for next year, because every year you are well prepared is always better than you.
Very nice. And thank you so much, Steney, for sharing with us your knowledge as well. And that was part 1 and part 2. It was a wrap episode 63 of the GrowCast show with Dr. Bernard Yeo and Mr. Steney Gee as well. And I will be leaving all the descriptions of the 9th annual convention happening on the 15th of December 2024 at the Singapore Expo in the show notes as well. So keep a lookout as well. And that was episode 63. And I will see you real soon in episode 64. Take care and bye-bye.